This pass out wide to Hall. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First down, Hal to throw. Oh, the first play of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And the Jets are going to have it here just past the 25. Well, he had to fit that into a pretty tight window over the middle. And, Charles, I think they were in zone defensively, weren't they?
They certainly were. Nice read on your part. And sometimes the quarterback isn't fooled between zone and man. Sometimes just fooled by the type of zone that he sees. Because oftentimes, those linebackers will vacate and run downfield with receivers. In this case, he played a pure zone that was in the wrong spot for the QB.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 18 more yards there and another first down.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
On 1st down, right back to Hall. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Now left side on the swing pass. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
In my humble estimation, terrific work there defensively. Running backs trying to get wide, get to the sideline, and they beat him to the spot, forced him out of bounds, pretty close to the line of scrimmage.
On 4th down, Rodgers. Flush to his right. Oh, poor decision there, and it's going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. He got outside the pocket there trying to improvise, and he was calling for the ball downfield, but still the interception.
I think what happened, he did call for the ball thinking that he was open, but I think the quarterback spotted him too late. And that margin that he had on the defenders, that got eaten up, and they came up with the interception.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And my goodness, they're now out of timeouts here in this first quarter. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Down the sideline he goes. Inside the 10. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, 65 yards. And the Commanders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And bring this out to the 25. No return there for Hardman. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
To throw, it's Rodgers. They're able to complete this one to Tyler Conklin. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good for a Jets.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. From midfield, here's Rodgers. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Jamin Davis. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. 13-0 is the score after one on EA Sports. Sly set to boot it. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So the completion good for just 3. And 3rd and 8 now.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
A give running right is Hall. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
They'll bring a tight end in motion right. On 2nd down, it's MADDEN24. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And they'll go again with MADDEN24. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Kendall Fuller in on the stop.
Now that's the type of play that'll fire up a defense. Hold them to 1 yard on a first down run. It'll be interesting to see if the offense decides to press the run at all, or if they'll abandon it now after gaining only 1 on that play.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the 2nd quarter, it has been a struggle. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Throwing now is Rodgers. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down. The offense stays put. They failed twice already in this first half, but they're going to go a 3rd time here on 4th down. They do go for it. It's Rodgers. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 74 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. From the 38 now, here's 2nd down and 1. Howell going to audible to something else. On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Not liking the look, they'll change the play. And he will find his man Samuel. 23 yards, the final tally.
It's a gain of 23 yards. First down, Washington.
Gibson here running out of the gun. A solid step. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Commanders are able to add on to that lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
Extra point by Sly is up and good, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20.
Jets, nothing.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Hardman, he is not going to bring this out, so they will start the drive at the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
He's got the hook up to Lazard. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up second down.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
He's going to throw one up for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Garrett Wilson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Jets are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that cuts this lead down to 13. So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And they'll have time for one play. That's it. 3 seconds to go before intermission. Slings this deep for McLaurin. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third quarter.
Yeah, believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it's really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them, too.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, the great coach has said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush won, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Third and long, here's Howell. He sets to fire deep. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. That is just what this defense was hoping for, an interception on the opening possession of this third quarter.
Obviously didn't want to surrender a touchdown and fall even farther behind. And we've gotten to know this team a little bit, haven't we? Couldn't you just see their defensive leaders telling the offensive guys, telling the quarterback, don't worry, we got you to start things off. You take it from there.
On first down, Rodgers going right back to Wilson. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. In motion right is Wilson. Rodgers now on first down. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Rodgers to throw once more. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Rodgers going to go on fourth down. Eluding the pressure right. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. First target, first catch, and a first down. And quickly, they get to the line. Now, Hal's going to mix it up here. They run the option here on 1st and 10. Still going inside the 20. Touchdown, Washington. Sam Howell, 53 yards. And the Commanders are able to extend their lead.
Brandon, you and I have called a lot of college football in our day, but on Sundays, here in the NFL, doesn't it look a lot like what we used to see on Saturdays when we called those games?
Yeah, option plays just like we saw, and that was a long touchdown on the option. What you taught me, though, defensively, you get your eyes in the wrong place on a play like that, you're in trouble.
What's the term that's in vogue in the NFL? Eye violations. The offense wants you to put your eyes in the wrong spot so that they can appear in others.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And Hardman going to go ahead and sit on this one as it'll come out to the 25. The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
In every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he is going to lose yardage here. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Lazard will go in motion right.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And now off to the races down the right side. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Back to throw, Howell.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Jets are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers.
And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Rodgers now on first down. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Commanders will take over possession here up at the 44.
The Commanders take over 1st and 10.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Powell.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Well, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of coaches, they want to run their full playbook no matter who's on the field.
And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Here's Tressway now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll be out of bounds downs, but able to get it up past the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Rodgers now to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And now here is another interception.
Picked off by Cameron Curl.
And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
The Commanders take over first and 10 at the 44-yard line.
A give running right, Gibson.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
101 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. On first down, right back to Gibson. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders.
Curtis Samuel, a 20-yard touchdown.
And the Commanders up the lead to 4 scores now here in this fourth quarter. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tell.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Well, I have to admit, I'm scratching my head a little bit here trying to make sense of what I just saw. Number one, huge lead. Just kick the extra point and be done with it. Number two, if you are going to go for two, just line up and go for it from the 2-yard line. Why make it so difficult? That's a long way to go to try and pick up some points.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
To throw is Rodgers. Open man here is Conklin.
Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
And they're going to speed things up here.
It's a gain of 28 yards.
Shotgun now for Rodgers.
For a Jets.
Over the middle and complete to Wilson.
That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Rodgers going to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Now Rodgers. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
A field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Now Rodgers got to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on 4th and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone.
And the Commanders come through with a 4th down stand.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair.
Once more, Gibson. $15 more yards there, and quickly another 1st down. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. And my goodness, another interception.
And the Commanders are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. And
And now here is another interception. Inside the 10, and he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Now Zerline on and the extra point. And the lead is down to 20. So it would no doubt be a miracle comeback from here, but let's see what they can do starting with the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Well, I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by DJ Reed.
And the Jets are going to have it here just past the 25.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Gain of 27 yards. And the Jets, first down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
On first and 10, here's Rodgers. He finds Wilson. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Throwing now is Rodgers. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout. That'll be their third and final stoppage here as we step aside. Defensively here, you've got the cushion, but back-to-back pretty big pass plays there. Bend but don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball, and you put up a token press. Make sure you get up there and make them eat up some time. Make it a little bit of resistance so they can't just run it right down your throat.
No gain on the play. Leads to second.
One more time with Hall. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
So it's Washington getting the victory here.
And I tell you what, I can't remember a defensive performance as good as this one. They seemingly forced turnover after turnover after turnover every time you turned around.
Yeah, you could just keep going with it, can't you? After turnover, after turnover. As this game unfolded, they were doing all the dictating, right? They told the offense exactly how it was going to go down today. So you saw them deflate with every series, didn't you? Every time they ran onto the field, it was slower and
This is the NFL on EA Sports as we welcome you to MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford, New Jersey.
Straight ahead, we've got a pretty good one on tap here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the New York Jets.
Here's a punter, Thomas Morstead, to get this one started. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium.
And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds.
Sometimes they call me Lucifer. Talk about you do this and that, ain't none of that they're new to us. Acting like that you pop off, no damn well that you grew to us. Been in my own lane, carry you like that do the truck. Trend following, I'm surprised you just now catching up. It's my way or the highway, baby girl, I'm not a settler. Don't play with my kind, no matter my mind. I promise it get pitiful. They love me, they love me, I promise I do the bare minimum. My people, they say that I'm underrated, but it's crazy, I'm steady, they killing them. Can't ride my wave, I'm flipping them. Come up for some earth and I'm dipping them. I'm so sick of all you weak, lame. Sick of being so humble, man. It's dead for that, man. It's 2023.
We are just about 9 miles from downtown Manhattan as EA Sports brings you to MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the New York Jets. Joey Sly, the kicker, stands ready. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. McCole Hardman to return it from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Over first and 10 at their own 13-yard line.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Hall again on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
You can bet they're not going to go away from the running game anytime soon, but this is obviously not a good start. 2 carries, 2 runs, both stopped for a loss.
Now Rodgers on the bootleg. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Here's Thomas Morstead now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Fielded at the 33. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Here's Gibson to start the drive. We'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
Not a lot of running room there, not a place to make a cut and kind of exit out because they had everything bottled up. Looked to me like the linemen were taking on their blocks really well and giving up no creases.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. He's got room at the 30 and down to the 27-yard line. Straight ahead, Gibson. It's a 1st down and more for Gibson. And down to the 7-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. So 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line. They'll run with Gibson. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Trying to power it in with Arma. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. Gibson. They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And the Jets are going to get the football back. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
Yeah, simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down to position where we were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence, not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
And this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Second down, Howell back to pass. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Jets are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Rodgers' throw here going to be caught by Wilson. A well-executed 22-yard gain. On 1st down, Rodgers. It's brought in by Wilson. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Now a play fake. Rodgers on the move to his left. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Aaron Rodgers taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Jets have taken the lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 5.
Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
Adrian Amos with a pick, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. A very solid gain of 27. They'll run with Hall. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it, try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else he'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Ball again. And I don't think he got in. He did not. They mark him short of the goal line. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Hall. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Breece Hall punching it in from a yard away. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Zerline connects on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Short throw to the tight end, Thomas. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
He stiff arms him. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
He's going to handle it on the touch pass. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
42 yards rushing for him now to this point.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Second and 1 now from the 21. Here's Hal to throw on 2nd down. They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign him?
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Commanders are back within a score. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And this is back to a 5-point game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Hardman going to bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again. Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Jet first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. On play action, it's Rodgers. And a throw right sideline is complete. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Touchdown! Tyler Conklin from 21 yards away. And the Jets will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Zerline now for the PAT. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Second down throw for Howell. Thomas brings it in. 33 yards that time. Now a timeout called for by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Howell. And he completes this one to Terry McLaurin. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On first down, Howell. Over the middle, complete. It's Thomas. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. Sly able to put this one through. And that lead is back down to 9 now. Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
Special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Zerline good with a PAT. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives, try and slow things down a little bit.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
A give to Gibson running right.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
On second down, here's Gibson again. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. 61 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Gibson again. Tackled by Ashton Davis up from the secondary.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
They'll run with Gibson.
Trucks over him. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. And the offense moving quickly to the line.
On first down, right back to Gibson.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And McLaurin in the motion man right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. And a great job there to read that one defensively. They strung him out, would not allow him to cut upfield. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. Gibson here running out of the gun. And Gibson looking for some kind of opening, but he has none. They rally up to stop him short of the marker. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. They'll go. It's Gibson. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Antonio Gibson with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he got it on the touchdown run, but he won't get in here. He'll be stopped short, and they'll come up empty on the try for 2. And they decide fairly early here they need the ball back, so here's an onside kick. And the Jets have got it. I know they're down, but starting the 3rd quarter there with the onside kick, what'd you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen, steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the 1st here. In motion right, that's Wilson.
Hey, 626.
They'll run with Hall. Room here to run. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up the 1st and goal. They're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st down, right back to Hall. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. To throw is Rodgers. He dumps this one off here to Hall. Touchdown, Jets! Breece Hall. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Jets are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of...
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. It's Chuck Clark picking it off. And the Jets are going to get the football back as time will run out in this 3rd quarter of play.
They already thrown by the size of me. I don't really get trust.